listening to Kpoppin, getting your K-pop fix with DJ Isa.
Ugly Truth. It's time to have Sooyoon and Royal Paris in the studio. Hello, Sooyoon.
Hello.
How are you?
I am very good and tired.
And busy. Okay,
Yep.
so I think it was Tuesday or something. I was seeing all this news feed on SNS and like other different types of social networking, and everyone was just like, "Royal Pirates busking at Karusuki." I'm just like, wow.
Yeah.
I was like, should I go over now? I'm like, by the time I get my butt over there, they're gonna be done.
Yeah. We were only doing for like 30 minutes.
Yeah, so it looks like you guys had some fun this past week, and you shot your music video.
Yep.
Wow.
It was awesome.
Do you have a female lead, or did you just have a lot of females in your music video?
We had lead, and then we had a lot of female.
Oh, okay.
No,
because one of my friends,
Uh-huh.
she's actually the sister of one of our DJs here.
Oh, I see.
Adrian's little sister, Olivia,
Oh,
apparently
really?
was going to be in your video or working at your video, maybe behind the scenes. She posted it on SNS that she's going to be going to your video shoot, and that's how I found out you guys are shooting. See, Sooyoon doesn't tell me anything. I had to find out through my friends that Royal Pirates is doing stuff.
It's crazy how your friends knows.
Exactly.
Know us, yeah.
Well, you guys are that popular.
Thank you.
So, the D-Day is coming closer. I'm not going to ask you to tell me when you're making your comeback,
Yeah.
but it's getting closer.
Yeah, it
Okay,
is.
so for all of you Royal Paris around the world, fingers crossed. And you guys have been doing a lot of shows these days.
Yeah, we've been doing 2 busking, and it was awesome. There's a lot of fans came, and we did it at night, and it was kind of raining, so sometimes there were like rainbows, and like the views was amazing.
Wow.
Yeah. And we're gonna have like 3 more busking events, so maybe those of you who are listening, you know,
Okay.
you guys might come.
All right. So all you Royal Pirate fans are going to be busking some more. So make sure to check their SNS to make sure when and where they're going to be busking, and then you
Yeah.
get a chance to see them live.
Yeah.
I'm actually
And tomorrow we're having also live at City Break.
Yeah, they're going to be
Yeah.
opening at City Break. Oh!
Yay.
And the weather's cooled down so much.
Oh, it was so good today. It was so
it's
good.
so nice outside.
It's really nice outside.
So hopefully, well, they said that we might be getting some rain over the weekend
Yeah,
yet
yeah.
again,
Yeah.
but hopefully it doesn't rain during
Hopefully.
City Break.
Yeah.
You guys have fun. Because whenever I see shows, especially you guys, whenever
Yeah.
you go on stage and I hear you guys are going on stage, I always get so worried because you guys are playing instruments.
And it rains that
And it
one time in
rains.
Korea.
I want to know
Yeah.
for guitars and everybody, because they're hooked up to the machine. Obviously, it's dangerous. But for
Yeah.
you, drum wise,
Uh-huh.
if the rain does get all the way back to where you are,
Yeah.
does it affect the sound?
Probably not much, but probably it's gonna ruin the drums afterwards.
Afterwards,
Yeah.
it's just the rain itself is gonna ruin the drums. Okay. Anyways,
Yeah.
we're gonna jump into our ugly truth for today,
All right.
and let's go with our first story.
Okay, it's from Talia.
Yep.
From the States. I'm the oldest of my siblings, nearly 15 years. I go to best of the best schools in my city. I have many awards and achievements. My high school will let me graduate with a certificate to allow me to work in the career I want. By that time, I'll be 17, and I'll be able to work as a pharmacist. Amazing, right? Well, my parents love to brag this about me. They always push me to achieve more and more, but I am tired. I have been pushed too much by this time. I had to adapt to new schools in my lifetime. We used to move around the states, about 18 other states. And people hate me for that. They hate to see that a girl like me that moved a lot could be better in school than they are. So much hatred I had received that few students would become my friends. Some states I would be friendless. I tried telling myself, don't worry, try harder. You like to be the first, right? But now I doubt if I like to be pushed more for achievements. I want an advice from you guys. do I continue to push for more like my parents tell me, or do I back away and slow down?
I'm not the typical Asian good at studying person. So, Sooyoon, were you a good student in school?
Up until high school, yeah. I really understand what's going on for Taya.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, I only got good grades till 5th grade. Junior high, they started going.
Well, you started 연습생 like really
No,
early,
I started.
right?
Yeah, I started being a trainee though in high school. So
High school.
I have no excuse for 6, 7, and 8. I have no excuse. For me in general, I'd have to say, I never really. Okay, this is the thing.
Yeah.
I understood stuff, but if I didn't finish my work in class, I would never do it at home.
Oh, I see. So you hated doing homework.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I loved study hall.
Oh, I see.
So I was the type of person that in study hall, I would actually be doing my homework. Because I didn't want to take my books home.
Yeah.
I wanted to go home and watch my favorite programs. I had dance class afterwards. I had theater afterwards and stuff like that. So I was like, for me, everything that was at work has to stay at work. Everything that has at home, it stays at home.
Yeah.
So I sucked at projects.
Oh, I see.
Like, if I went to the library, it'd be okay. But if I was at home, and I remember there was this one project I did in junior high. We had to collect bugs for a science.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
I mean, I'm not afraid of bugs, so I wouldn't mind going out and, like, you know, getting bugs. And then they gave us a way to naturally kill them.
What does that mean?
So for our science fair, our last project of the year, I think this was like in 7th grade or 8th grade, our teacher told us that we had to make a board of insects that we had to find, and then we had to pin them, and then list what their name is. So we had to find out what kind of species it was, and then we had to give a description about it. This is before we had the beautiful internet that is so widely used today, even by myself. Yeah. So for us, if we caught one, we were asking, like, what do we do with it? Because we have to put it on the board. We can't take a big old box full of live insects. Yeah. And they were like, well, if you use this, you could. So he pretty much taught us how to gas the insects. And so he taught us to do that. I just never got around to it because I'm at home and for me to go out in my front yard digging through the bushes and be like, bugs, come here. Yeah. And I got some of our kids, like, they had their parents take them to, like, the mountains and stuff like that, and they got really into it. They were bringing, like, big old butterflies and really weird looking ones. They went to, like, the desert and brought some scorpions. I'm just like, I'm not going to tell my parents to go take me to the desert so I can get some insects. So I didn't really tend to do those. So for me, seeing the good, working hard, study hard Asians. Yes, we all say Asians. I even said that to my cousins, like, you're the study hard Asian. But I can understand where Talia's coming from, where she's not making any friends.
Yeah, it's crazy how she can move around 18 states.
Yeah, I normally even Army brats don't move that often.
That's almost like moving once or twice almost every year.
A semester. Yeah. So she's nearly 15 years old, and she's the oldest out of all of her siblings, and she actually could probably skip college if she wants to, by the way she's going. So
awesome.
From what I'm getting here is she can go into she can be a pharmacist.
When she's 17.
Right off the bat. So she must be an overachiever. So what do you think? I mean, you said that you could relate with her. So.
Yeah. Well, I was also pushed by my parents to study well.
Korean parents.
Yeah.
Mom, I got 100%. You can do better.
Yeah. Seriously. Actually, my dad's exactly like that. If I would get an A, he'd be like,
why not A+?
Yeah, exactly. I would get really pissed.
I think all parents do that, but I feel that Asian parents are a little bit more extreme.
Yeah.
It has become a stereotype to overachieve. Even in Korea, the system here, all the kids go to school and then they go to institutes for different subjects at school to stay up with the curriculum.
I feel bad for those kids.
So yes, your dad was like that.
Yeah, and actually, I enjoyed achieving, like, you know, more and making my parents proud about it, you know? And up until it was like my high school year, when I was junior, I think, in high school, and I had to decide whether I'm gonna go to a college or which major I should choose and stuff like that. And I wanted to go, I said it a lot, but I wanted to do music, right? But my parents want me to do something else. Just
probably wanted you to be a doctor
probably something
or
like
a
that.
lawyer.
Yeah, right. And I actually confronted my dad and my mom about it. I had like crazy fights, right? But then I decided to go to college just to make my parents happy. But now I'm doing what I want, and they can't really do anything about it
because you've agreed to.
Yeah. But I think the reason why I said that I was a good student up until high school is because when I went to college, I kind of broke down. Like, I was like,
it's too much.
I just had it enough. I did the best I can do for my parents already, and now I need to make myself happy rather than to make my parents happy. So I think it's about time she's already saying that she's had it already.
Yeah.
So I think she needs a little bit of rest, but don't let it kind of go, because that's what I did. I just let go of school.
You just were like, okay, bye.
Yeah. I was like in college, and you know, it's college, and nobody's, you know, in your way of making yourself like do stuff, you know. And so I just kind of skipped classes and I just partied and stuff like that. I just let go of school, and which now I kind of regret.
Okay.
But so I think she's going through similar things, so don't let go, but I think you need to definitely
rest a little bit.
Yeah.
So you're going with Team B.
I am going with Team B. Take it easy.
Take it easy.
Enjoy yourself.
Okay.
Yeah. Make some friends, you know, hang out with your friends, because I don't think she had a chance to
really enjoy friendship. Okay. For me, I'm going to say you only have about a year or two left of high school. It looks like you are, if you're saying by 17, that means that you are graduating high school early, like I did. I graduated at 17 instead of 18. That
must be awesome.
I was a little ahead of my years. I didn't notice that until I came to Korea, because when I went to class, everyone was a year older than me, and I'm just like,
oh, I see.
Well, how did that happen?
Yeah.
Because in the States, I didn't notice, because we don't ask which year were you born in.
Yeah.
Korea only does that.
Yeah.
And so I didn't know the difference. Everybody was just, I thought we were all the same age. But I later found out, thanks to SNS, that a good majority of my class members were born a year ahead of me.
Cool.
And there was only some that were my age. So I graduated when I was 17 as well. So that means that you only have about a year or two left of high school. I would have to say, if you don't feel like you're going to burn out too soon, continue up until high school. At least do that until high school and have the choice. Being able to choose which college you go to is better instead of trying to strive to get more grades or credentials to go into the college that you would like to go to. So I'm going to say, A, continue to do your best for what you want to do just until high school. So I'm just saying, at least until you graduate.
I see.
And then afterwards, you can choose whether you want to ease up during college like Sooyoon did, or if you want to just go straight into the work field or whatever it may be.
Right.
So I'm going to go with A today.
Okay.
So, oh no, I think I'm going to lose. I think it's one of the first times that we've actually chose something different.
Yeah.
But I go with Team A, continue on until high school finishes.
Right.
Team B is just to take it easy and enjoy yourself a little bit more.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's Team A and Team B for today. Start sending in your votes. We're asking you, our listeners, to help us out. Pretty please with Sugar on Top.
All right.
What we're going to do is take a listen to some more music. Hopefully the song will help you feel a little bit better. Talia, we've got Hogak's version of Ijeok's song, which is 하늘을 달리다, or Run Across the Sky. We'll see you guys after this.
Awesome.
to Hogak's version of 하늘을 달리다, Run Across the Sky. Such a great uplifting song. So hopefully that it was transferred over to Talia. We're asking our listeners. It looks like Talia is a high school student. Typical, I'm not just going to say Asian student, but I'm going to say typical student that's getting a lot of pressure from their parents.
Right. Like
the typical Asian stereotype, which is A+, why you no do better? One of those. I think we've all heard this from our parents before. So, what should she do? I go with A. Just, stick it out until high school's over and then do whatever you want. Sooyoon is saying no. Relax. Don't let it go all the way, but just kind of chill for a few weeks.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's move on to our next one, which is from Finland.
It's from Carolina. I don't know if this is a problem for her, but I feel she needs to be helped. One of my good friends was really funny and adventurous. We used to talk about traveling and all exciting things. Then she changed. She got a boyfriend. But that's not the problem. Now they live together, and it's also not the problem. But she acts like she's an adult. She talks about housekeeping, or how it's so lovely to stay at home and do nothing. And this is just the beginning. She acts like she's 40. Oh, by the way, I'm turning 19 this year, and she's 18 now. I'm scared that she might regret later that she didn't do all those things you must experience when you're young. That's it.
I know exactly where you're coming from, Carolina. I'm not gonna say any names. I know a person that I was really close to, and she's a PK, a pastor's kid. Yeah, I was actually talking with some people. I was like, "Yeah, she's a PK." That what? I guess that's only our generation's abbreviation of a pastor's kid, but she's a pastor's kid. Now, there's two stereotypes with pastor's kids. They're either literally angelic, like they do not know anything.
Yeah.
They don't party. They only go to church.
Or party animal.
Exactly. But their parents don't know.
Yeah.
So, it's either or. I've never really seen anybody in the middle.
Yeah.
Out of all the PKs that I know. And I knew her when we were younger. So, around the same age as you two now. 19, 18, around that time.
Yeah.
She never really dated. And she had her first boyfriend, which was a really long relationship. They were dating for about 4 years.
Wow.
And then, because I've always been the adventurous one. Yeah. And so, when it came to being able to drink legally, I was already on it. Yeah. And I learned how to drink through my family. So I got it from adults. If I was taught by adults. Yeah. I didn't go out with my friends to do it behind everybody's back. So I was already aware of what the world was like. I had already been clubbing, and I'm already getting all that young juices out of my system.
Yeah.
She did it. Yeah. She's like, oh, I have a boyfriend. Oh, I'm not gonna do that. Oh, I don't like alcohol.
Yeah.
I went to the States, and then I came back about a year and a half later, and she has the worst reputation ever.
Oh, among her friends.
Exactly. Among our friends.
Oh, I see.
So I come back, and I'm talking with people, and they're just like, by the way, so-and-so is out of control. Oh. I was like, what happened? So before I left to the States...
Let go.
Yeah. So before I went to the States, she had broken up with that first long relationship boyfriend. Right. And apparently she fell into, dating this guy for a week and then meeting up with this guy and meeting up with this guy, but it was all within in the same circle. And she's technically allergic to alcohol, so she couldn't really take a lot of alcohol, but now she's pushing her limit all the time. And she was literally out of control.
I see.
And I was just like, bad. If she would have done all of that just a year and a half or 2 years before with me, we could have both kind of just toned it down a little bit and watched out for each other. But because nobody was there, she just ruined her reputation. So she still has that reputation in the people around me. How so she just turned into the typical PK. And that's how her reputation is now. And it's kind of sad to know that somebody who had such a good reputation lost it within a year. So, the problem is, though, Carolina, you can't help her. No matter what you say, she's not going to listen to you. Sooyoon, what about you? Have you ever seen, like, I don't think your guy friends are going to do much of this, but do you see any of maybe, like, your school friends, like, girl-wise, do they change significantly enough, like, maybe after high school or during college?
I think me and Moon. We're one of those, I think. Because we also went to church when we were really young, like in junior high, and
we all rebel.
Yeah, and then we were in a praise band. That's how we met each other and started the band, and then like we kind of let ourselves go in college,
and just then, party and have fun.
I guess it was not that late compared to like other kids. College is kind of like what 20, like. 20 years old.
Oh, yeah.
So,
well, technically in 20, you have to wait about a year after college to start drinking anyways.
And then, so we were like really angelic kids. And then we became kind of bad. And then we came back.
Yeah.
We kind of got that young freshness out of our system.
Exactly. Carolina, you do have every right to be worried for her that she's, settling down already, but you do have to remember that a lot of people do get married right out of college.
Oh gosh. I don't think that's
out of high school, I'm sorry.
Good idea.
I don't think so either.
Yeah. After college, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, after college, give or take, if you're in the Korean system, guys are going to be a little bit on the older side anyways because they do have to serve in the military services. So guy being 26, girl being 24, 25, give or take.
Yeah.
I think that's okay.
Not too bad.
Not too bad, but right out of high school...
Yeah.
Trust me, Carolina, this is what you need to do as a friend, and this is coming from me who's experienced it. Don't try and take her out all the time because you're going to become that girlfriend that is trying to break her relationship with him. That's how he's going to see it. That's how she's going to see it. Let her get her juices out with, like, the relationship and settling down and staying home and cleaning up after him. Give her a good 6 months to a year.
Yeah.
Trust me, after about a year and you posting pictures on SNS of you and your friends going to parties on Christmas and going to Vegas for the weekend and going to a party or a launching party or a concert, she'll come around.
For sure.
Yeah, she'll come around. She'll be like, hey guys, next time, can we go? Can we go?
Definitely trying to talk it out of her. Doesn't work because it didn't work for me. I had to get everything out of my system myself. Yeah, so I think, but then, like Moon and I, how we came back, I think everybody, it's like a phase that everybody goes through, so she's probably gonna come back, I think.
When the late wind blows. Yeah. When the late wind blows. That's what we say in Korea. Yeah, in Korea. Lupbaram. When the late wind blows, that's the scariest.
After she, maybe, hopefully, I mean, I don't know how things are going to turn out, but if she breaks up with her boyfriend, hopefully she doesn't do the crazy things.
Yeah. Hopefully she doesn't fall off the wagon. That's the thing. Like, just, Carolina, be next to her as much as possible, but give her time. Because in a relationship, the more your friends keep telling you, stop, come out, come out, you're going to be like, girl, leave me be.
Yeah.
And so just leave her be. Just make sure that you tell her that you're there for her.
Right.
Check in on her maybe every other week or so, or every week. Just be like, how are things? So try and see it from her perspective. If she really likes cooking, even though she sounds like she's 40, try to act like, oh, did you try any new dishes this week? Maybe next time you can invite us girls over and we can, have a barbecue at your place.
Yeah.
Teach us how to cook. Try to be a supportive friend for her now because trust me, she's going to need it.
Or maybe she's already done everything because she's really adventurous.
Maybe.
When she's like 14, she's already going out to party.
Well, with the kids these days and the stories that I've been hearing, it's been weird because I've been hearing that the kids these days are a lot more
Adventure, outgoing.
Yeah, outgoing. There we go. For a better point of words. Brenda is saying, honestly, the only thing that kind of weirds me out is her moving out at a young age. When I was 18, I was still obsessed with animations.
Aww.
I'm still obsessed.
You know, actually, I've been watching One Piece like every single day these days. And my favorite character is Choppa.
For me, I am a huge Winnie the Pooh fan.
Oh, wow.
And I even posted it on SNS a couple days ago. I came home, turned on the TV, and the movie, Winnie the Pooh, the cartoon, was on TV. I'm like, score! I was like, yes! And I was eating dinner and watching Winnie the Pooh, and I was like, Winnie the Pooh.
You know what? And those cartoons are really good.
They are!
Actually, it's better, I think, when you're older, because it kind of brings out that innocence out of course. You know?
Of course. When it comes to your friend, Carolina, and our listeners are actually giving you some more advice.
Yep.
Just be there for her right now. Just make sure that she doesn't make any hasty decisions.
Yeah, seriously.
Like getting married.
No way.
So, just keep your tabs on her that way, and she'll come around. For our first story today, Talia has been pressured by her parents. She's 15 right now. She's almost 15, so she's 14 at the moment. So I'm guessing that high school is almost over, or she has a few years left. She says she might be graduating 17. So she's wondering, should she kind of ease up on her studies or not? So Team A is what I'm thinking is just hold it up until high school's over. And then Sooyoon went with B. I might lose today because Sooyoon's team is always the one that wins. But he's saying to, not let it go, but to ease up on it now and try to enjoy your high school life. So, A or B, continue to send those in. We have some more music for you. Yoonha and John Park are singing 우린 달라졌을까? Would we have changed?
다 잊었다고 난 찾고 싶은 마음뿐이야 하지만 돌아와도 마지막은 네가 있던 나의 곁이길 참 좋았던 네 향기가 생각나 너무 어울렸던 그 이름 불러봐 마지막에 너를 한 번 더 잡았다면 지금 우리는 달라졌을까
Alright, so continue to send in your A or B's for our first story, and if you have any maybe advice for our recent story, which was about her friend who's acting like a granny already, even though she's only 18. So, tell us what you think about what's going on there. And what we're going to do is move on to our next story.
All right. From Alex from the States. Hello, DJ Isaac and Sooyoon. The American fandom scene is pretty close-knit. I know several active fans from all over the country and even in other countries. But it seems that some people tend to throw shades at one another over simple misunderstandings that snowball into bigger issues. I'm a friend with many people who dislike each other. I feel silly even asking for advice on this. I usually ignore it and try to stay out of it. But sometimes I feel really conflicted when I see people saying passively mean or rude things about one another. I usually try to get both sides of the story and sympathize with both sides, even though I generally remain neutral in these situations. But I wonder if I should even bother trying to keep the peace or simply ignore it. What do you guys think? So it's, I guess, fights between different fandoms, among fans.
Yeah. I think this would be really bad in the entertainment world. I'm not as entangled in the entertainment world as I used to be. But, yeah, there was drama. I mean, even within the same team.
Yeah.
It's like, one week, if there's like 5 members in the team, it's like 2 of them are friends, and these 2 are friends, and one is kind of just like off in their own little world. And then the next week, it's like, this person and this person are friends, and this person are friends, and then that other person is like out of the circle.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that even goes on. From personal experience,
Yeah.
I don't tend to say bad things about people, but I will point out things, and I'm kind of afraid to tell them to their face, honestly.
Yeah.
I don't want to be mean, but
Yeah.
I do get frustrated with people, so that could sound like I'm talking bad about them behind their back. But I do have a lot of people around me who have kind of been putting me in my place. They're just like, if you're not going to tell them personally, just don't tell me either. So maybe, Alex, if you make a stand and if somebody's saying something bad about somebody else, just be like, I understand you don't like that person, but just don't tell me about it. And then I think that a lot of them would probably just stop.
Yeah. I would say just do what you've been doing. Just ignore it and simply keep it out of the fights.
Well, I mean, obviously it's bothering Alex. That's why they're wondering what to do. I think the best thing to do is just not stay out of it, but maybe if you just stand strong to what you want to do. I think that'll be a little bit more helpful. So not necessarily keep the peace, but like I said, if like Sooyoon was saying, oh yeah, he's like, so-and-so is just like this, and it's just so annoying. What if I was you, Alex, I'd be like, okay, Sooyoon, I understand that you don't like that person, but I'm really just annoyed by every time you say that you don't like that person.
Yeah.
So I apologize, but don't tell me anything negative about that person, because I'm friends with that person too, and it's just annoying. Then if they come out really childish and like, well, then what about, well, you're not my friend? You're like, no, I am. That's why I'm asking you to stop talking. And if they say anything bad about you, I'm going to say the same thing. I'm friends with both of you guys. Chill.
I think that's cool.
Yeah.
And as long as they don't say like weird stuff, like just rude, not reasonable. Because usually when people say, stuff about other people, it's just, there's no really good reason. It's just talking, smack.
Exactly.
Yeah, so.
I've noticed that a lot of that comes from being a little bit of lack of confidence on that person's perspective. So that's probably why they're talking a lot of bad stuff about that other person. Just show that you're a supporter for that person, and just tell them to stop talking bad about each other.
I know this one person that always, talks smack about other people. I think he kind of relieves stress just by doing that. But I think once he was not like that before, and I think after he started like once, it became kind of habit. So I think it's good to just make them stop, like you said. Yeah. In the beginning, yeah. Actually,
Sooyoon just reminded me of something. You know how in stories, have you ever played telephone?
I don't know what that is.
It's a game where we sit in a circle, and I whisper into your ear. So Sooyoon, if you're sitting next to me, I'm going to whisper into your ear, popcorn. Then you whisper into somebody else's ear, the same thing, whatever you heard. And then a successful telephone is by the end, or when it comes back to me, it's supposed to be the same word. But because you're whispering into somebody's ear, you don't know if, it can change, and if you can't, you only have like 2 chances to hear it again. 9 times out of 10, it changes. Now that's why what just popped into my head was, especially with girls and stories.
Things, the story change.
Exactly. So let's go back to high school or college. Let's say Sooyoon says to me, so yeah, Isak, I was thinking of going to prom this year, but I don't know if I should go with the date, or let's just make it like a big group thing. And then if I'm telling my girlfriend or somebody else this, but like, yeah, so Sooyoon was thinking about going to prom this year, but he doesn't know who he wants to go with. If I change it to get their reaction, because let's say I was like, I repeated what you said, and I didn't get the reaction that I wanted out of them, I'm going to push the story another step further to get the reaction that I wanted. So I'm guessing that, Alex, you may subconsciously have been giving them reactions that they've been wanting. So, like, let's say if I'm Alex and Sooyoon says, yeah, so that's so-and-so, and whatever, and Sooyoon was saying that to me, I'm like, really? They said that? If I react that way, obviously Sooyoon's going to be like, yeah, is this so annoying?
Yeah.
And then that becomes a habit for them because I'm reacting
I see.
But if Alex, that person comes up, she's like, yeah, so are they a dolly? Oh, they're so, like, rude and so annoying, and why do they have to be like that? And you're like, just let them be. You're not going to give them what they want.
Yeah.
It's like when people pick on people.
It becomes bored.
Yeah. It's like bullies. Like if the school jock comes up and is like, and trips you over, you're like, oh, thanks. You're not going to get, if you're mortified and you start crying, obviously they're going to start making fun of you.
Right.
But if you set up and get, man, I need to be more careful. Thanks, guys. And then go, they're going to be like, and you can't play off of that.
Yeah.
So I feel that maybe Alex, I don't know what kind of reactions you're giving them, but maybe playing dumb on the reactions would be good.
Yeah, kind of ignoring.
Yeah, ignore it. I feel that people would be a lot better.
Yeah.
Because look, Sooyoon and Moon in high school, they didn't care what people said about them.
Yeah. I think people thought people were bullying us, but maybe we didn't know.
Being oblivious to it helps.
Yeah.
So being oblivious is not a bad thing.
Yeah.
Being oblivious is not a bad thing.
Yeah.
But Michelle from the US is saying, I understand you, Alex. I'm the same. It's hard, and I've seen fans throw shade at each other in same fandom, but different clubs who refuse to cooperate. I often tend to stay out of it because if you make a stand, they'll, start pulling you into the fight. So hopefully that is not like, the way you've been pulled around. Let's go back to our first story. Surprisingly enough, Team A won today.
Oh, wow.
Wow, I think it's the first time Sue didn't win today.
Awesome.
But Team A won, and I'm going to choose Kyuki girl, Mara from the USA. She says, totally Team A. I regret not working harder in school. I didn't have pushy parents. Mine were just happy that I graduated high school. And after all, it's only about a year or so more for you. You can always take a year off after school and travel and do some world experience before you go into college. So at least finish up high school. All right. So thank you, Mara. We're going to be sending you a prize today.
Thank you.
We get a chance to see you next week with some more great stories. Our last track for today is G.O.D's 하늘색 약속, Light Blue Promise. And we'll see you next week.
See you.
Bye.
Bye.